Welcome back, everybody, for this fifth grade physical education with Kalamazoo Public Schools. I am Mr. Zarnecki. You are in the laundry room, and this is going to be, looks like, our second week going into our tumbling in gymnastics unit. That first week was going over flip grid and the animals, which I don't really count that as starting tumbling gymnastics, okay? So now that we have already begun, we went through an entire week of review. This week will be becoming a little bit more intense, a little bit more difficult for some people. And that is also going to be why I'm going to require, this is what I'm going to give it at the beginning, a little preamble here, that you're going to need to have your supports around. I'm not saying you need to have another person around. I'm going to say that I'm going to prefer, no, I won't prefer. I'm going to require that you have things in place, supports put in place, such as I have a couple of these pillows that you'll see me using. I also have 2 or 3 of these thick blankets where I could put them down next to each other, right? On top of that yoga mat, which is on top of some carpet, so that the thickness goes from being this thin when I had the yoga mat to now it's going to be pretty thick, and then you have the pillows to go on top of it, all right? That's going to prevent any kind of, if my neck tweaks or if I go off to the side, I'm still going to be in a safe position. I'll be on things that will help support my body so that I do not hurt myself any further, okay? Prevent any damage to my own body. And so that's why when we do these things, when I started doing tumbling gymnastics, when I started teaching it, you just have to make sure that you have the right supports put in place. Because, yes, things can happen. If you're rolling forward and then all of a sudden you go off to the side accidentally, well, do you have enough room covered with your blankets, that kind of thing? So blankets, pillows, any cushions, that kind of thing. Give yourself some space. Make sure it's been approved by your family, relatives, wherever you're at right now. If you're going to be doing the tumbling gymnastics, that's been approved to use that kind of stuff. So get that okayed, and then we'll have some fun. On Friday, yeah, I do this every lesson. So at Friday at 12:15, when I had people come in, people swung by. I have to give a shout out to actually some Woods Lake people, my own school, because I had a fourth grader, Hendrick Smith, swing by, who didn't have to. He just wanted to come say hi. But then I have quite a few fifth graders who swung by, not just Woods Lake, but in general, I had about 10 people. So I had Alex Thompson, Ellie Bickle, Brooklyn Piper, Waylon Rollings, Evan Sproul. Yes, you might recognize those names because they keep coming back. That's kind of a hint I'm trying to get people to realize. The same people are coming back. Why do they keep coming back on Friday at 12:15? Because it's not a bad deal, people. Okay, we can come talk. Put a face to the name. Have a good sit down. It's a fun time. People will learn a thing or two. And you know what? Try it yourself, okay? So Friday at 12:15, on top of Evan Sproul. Then we had some new people, okay? So we had Josiah Joslin. We had Ayanna and Aubrey Randall. Seen those names before. And then we had Layla Nash. And so with all those people coming by, it feels good. It feels good, one, because now I can see some faces to go to names. But it feels good because then we start talking about other things. We got into music. We got into Josiah doing the Rubik's Cube. And it goes on and on. And so I just want to see some more faces. Come on out Friday 12:15. Some of those people had already been to my class this week. It was their second or third time coming. So, hey, it doesn't have to be just your only time. So, come on by. See how you like it. Anyways, so to get in today, our warm-ups are going to be focusing again on your upper and lower body. However, we've been doing the push-ups. We've been doing the planks. And we've been doing the chair dips. And yes, that works on your upper body strength. But then I'm going to be doing other kind of warm-ups today that are going to focus on your upper and lower body strength that we haven't really been focusing on. And so if it uses your arms, there's a way that's going to help, like burpees. Okay, some of you might not recognize or know what a burpee is, and I'll be teaching you that. Okay, and there's a couple other things as well. So we're going to go over the lower and upper body. It'll go pretty fast. You may not even realize the moment that I switch over from your warm-up into the lesson. It's going to be a very smooth transition there. So hopefully you have everything set up. If you need to get the blankets, supports, pillows all going, get some water because, like I said, you won't know when the transition happens. It's going to be very smooth, so make sure you have some stuff ready to go. And yeah, I'm glad you made it out. Hopefully have some fun. All right, so be safe. Make sure everything's all set up. Let's do this. Okay, so here we are. Just gotta get started. As you can see, I have my blankets right here ready to go. For now, we have open space to do our warm-ups. So starting out, let's start with some jogging. I still have my socks. Keep me barefoot or have socks on, but this helps you out. Feel the ground better. Good. A little bit higher knees, butt kickers. Alright, let's do some jumping jacks. Let's do 10 good ones. No, let's not do 10. Let's do 15. Do 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. So now, for the jumping jacks. Now, something different. Some low body twists. So as you can see my feet, what's going to happen is you're going to jump in the air and you're going to twist your feet to the side. You're going to try to keep your body facing forward. Then you're going to jump and try to... So you're trying to do it very fast, quick jumps. So I'm twisting both feet. Alright. So you start to, the faster you go, also the higher you go, the quicker you start to feel it. As you can hear, I'm already breathing pretty hard. It's a good start. It's good for cardio. Good cardio. Alright. So burpees. Burpees, this is how it goes. So you go down with your hands. Hands go right in front of your toes. You kick both of your feet backwards. So you're jumping in the air like that. And then you're going to jump forward so your feet go back where they were. Then you jump in the air. That's one. So let's do 10 good burpees. Ready? And 1, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right. So from there, we have already. You got some now. Nice breathable time. So the swan dive. So feet together, legs straight, hands go up. Swan dive over. Hold it. Legs are out. Reaching to one side. Other side. Now, keep your legs straight. Bend over. Alright. That felt good. So now, arms. You can't forget about doing arms. Especially how we're going to be rolling today, forward, backward, loosen up our shoulders, loosen up the neck, back stretch. Other one. Neck. Roll it around. Other way. shoulders. Alright. So now, a regular balance, the basic balance here. So balance on one foot. So you grab the quad stretch, and you're holding it. So it's a basic balance here. Now you go the other foot, holding it. See, having practice for weeks and weeks and weeks of doing this, you probably feel like this is kind of easy at this point. You have to go for 10 seconds or longer, balancing. So now the arabesque. The arabesque in gymnastics is going to be, you're on one foot, the other foot goes behind you. Instead of holding onto it, behind you, hands are out. So you're trying to keep this leg straight, back leg is straight, arms are straight next to you, holding it. Other foot, arabesque the other way. So step, leg goes behind, arms are out, try to lean forward. If you lean forward, the back leg goes higher. Arabesque. Hold it. Good. If you're together, hands are on my knees, totally pointed. This is the pike. Yeah. Then the tuck would be you bring your knees, your legs up, hug them in. Now you're in a tuck position. All right. Straddle was out. Hands could be either in front or on the knees. Let me move this. So you can still have it in the background. Just not as much so you can hear. So straddle. Then layout means feet together, hands above your head, going straight back. Alright, so as we go straight back, feet together, come back up again. Alright. The reason why I make sure you go over that, so then the V sit, feet are together, you're in a pike position. As you lean back, your feet are together, pointing at your toes, holding it. Hold still, flexing your abs, keeping your body in a V position. Alright, just being able to hold that position as long as possible. Right here, but also right here, the strength. Alright? So now, the next one is called the tip up. And the tip up, this one, man, this is when I always borrow a gymnastics person. If you need to, you might want to have a pillow of some kind of support, because as you are in the straddle position, a tip up, your hands are in front of you, and as you lean forward, you're going to push off the ground with your hands to get in the air. Okay. And see, like I said, where you're leaning forward in the straddle position, some people say they need to start putting their hands behind their back, but being able to put all your body weight forward. Okay, it's a flexibility thing. Flexibility, which is not my forte. I'll admit that. So leaning forward, hold yourself off the ground. Being able to hold it. As you go, wow, he can't do it. Let's, in practice, okay? By the end of the week, come check me out at the end of the week, okay? Because once you hit the ground, you might have to flex the gut, absorb the shock with your legs, so it might bend briefly, but then you got to stick and stand up without taking extra steps. If you want to make it harder, if you think that's too easy and you happen to have a chair maybe like this, it's always possible then, as long as your family says okay, to bring a chair into it. So now you're going even further, okay? So then it's just a regular, you jump, and as you see, my knees absorb the shock, I'm straight out. My feet don't move at all though. I stuck the landing. And this is a huge part in scoring for gymnastics and tumbling, but it's also a sign as for doing the actual stunt or skill of the start and stop time. So a start time would be when you start to move, but then if you say, are they done yet? Have they finished? And usually when people stick the landing, boom, and you hold it, 4 or 5 seconds, 3, 4, 5, done, step off to the side, then you're done. Using your tuck position, you're going to want to jump high. You're going to need to get your knees up high so we can do what's called a tuck jump. If you're unsure about this, you can always give yourself a little bit extra height on maybe a pillow or a chair. Okay? But a tuck jump is going to be when you jump in the air, you've got to bring your knees up and do a quick hug to a tuck position before you land in a normal landing position. A tuck jump. So if you're doing it from above the ground, as you jump, you're going to tuck land. Okay? If you are on the ground, you have even less time to quick get up to a tuck and then let go. So up, tuck, land. It's a tuck jump. So you got to get in that full tuck position before you land it under control and sticking the landing. On my knees, hands are in front. I'm going to put my forehead on the ground in between my hands. And by putting my forehead between my hands, you're tucking your chin into your body. Okay, so you're on your hands and knees. Tuck the chin in. You have to stay tucked in with your chin in order for your body to go in a complete roll. If you let go of your chin, it comes out like this. Your body actually straightens out, and then you have a harder landing, and you don't want that. Okay? So, as you tuck the chin in, you're going to be on your toes behind you. You're going to push off the ground in a almost jumping, you're going to jump off the ground, keeping your chin tucked in. Then you're going to tuck your body into a ball, and it's going to roll. Your body's going to just naturally roll forwards. If you don't want to jump, that's perfectly fine. You can start walking forward with both of your feet, keeping your chin tucked in. So I'll show it to you right here, and then I'll show you what the other way might look like. So your knees, hands, head goes down, chin's tucked in. Body goes up, start walking forward, tucked in, like so. And as you finish the roll, then you can either, if there's nobody else in your room, you can just turn around and go backwards. In this case, just keep showing you the other way. I will go to the beginning. So I showed you walking forward, so now I'm going to show you the head down, chin tucked, and jump. Tucking your head, jump, tuck, roll. All right. Let's do a standing forward roll. Standing forward roll. You're going to have your feet together in front of you. You're going to put your hands down. If you have a pillow, it's going to be right inside the pillow. You're going to try to put your head right in front of your toes. And it's going to be like, wow, that's really hard to do. But when you start to do that, your body is going to curl up into a ball naturally. And if you keep your chin tucked in, your body's going to just fall into a roll. All right? So keep that chin tucked in. Your body will almost be tricked into doing a forward roll here. All right? So as you can see, my shirt's tucked in for this reason, because we just fall into a roll. Hands down, chin tucked in, head between your toes. Okay? Fall right into it. All right? So if you want to try that, so a standing forward roll, if that ends up being a little bit too easy for some people, okay? Instead of just letting your head go down, now you might want to be reaching forward roll, which means instead of putting your head down, if you had a hard time doing this one, take some time to work on that part, putting your head down and rolling. If you want an extra one to work on, reaching, okay? Let me move this chair. Just as I reach down, I'm going to reach forward, not down. And my body is going to be going almost, I'm going to go into a forward roll to a point where you should be able to then stand up based on the momentum your body carries with this one. Because you're going to get a little bit of speed on this. As you take a step, you're going to reach. You're going to want to place your head on top of a pillow of some sort, or the extra support, but your body's going to just go swing over into that ball. And you're going to roll real fast. You should be able to stand up without having to push off the ground. Like this. So step and up. And the last one to go over is a backwards roll. So I switch sides now. And as I Brought some pillows to add a little bit of height. The backwards roll is not for those people that are in gymnastics class where they say, oh, it's right over you go over the back of your head and you swing your feet over. It's not what we teach, okay? Because what's going to happen is some people are going to swing their head back, their head's going to hit the ground, and you can really hurt yourself doing it that way. So we teach it the way that if you're going to do a backwards roll, you swing your body, but you pick a shoulder. You're swinging your body and your feet over your favorite shoulder. So in my case, it's this shoulder right here. If I turn around, it'll be my right shoulder here. So backwards roll, you keep your chin tucked in, because if you open it up, it's gonna hit your head hits the ground first, boom, and you're kind of stuck at that point. All right. So as I go backwards, I start to tuck my chin in as I swing my favorite shoulder onto the ground. And when it happens, your hands right here to help push. And if you do it correctly, you're going to go over the shoulder. You're going to end up landing right on your knees. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you think about going backwards, going this way, my head, I'm missing my head. I'm going off the side of my shoulders here. And then when I push off the ground, my hands, my body misses the ground completely, and then I end up on my knees. So let's try this out. So tucked in, chin down. Like so. You know what? The extra cushioning is actually going to be what kind of messing me up right there. I'm used to doing this without extra cushioning, so I'll do that one without. Alright. So as you swing yourself backwards, don't go too fast. Just know which side of the body you're going to be putting yourself on the ground. Tuck your chin in, knees up. Right. So I gotta get used to this. I've been doing it in a while. Ready? So I swing over with my shoulder. Boom. So next week then would be going over the tripod and the headstand and maybe even the beginning cartwheel if we have enough space. I'd have to check this out. Alright? So there's some things for you to work on. Make sure you have enough space. Make sure you have enough support. Make sure you have enough, if you need somebody else to spot you, enough safety. Okay, safety is number one. Well, if you have all that covered, hopefully you're doing this correctly, and I hope that, you're having some fun while you're at it. So, all right. The mindfulness moment, which happened to be wanting us to have to focus on self-confidence and self-awareness, I have decided that it would be a good idea, because along with Black History Month, to go along with it, someone that exemplifies the self-confidence, self-awareness, and also with it, Black History Month, is Arthur Ashe. In case you have not heard the name, he is right now the only African-American male, not a female. We know the Williams sisters, and everything. They've been tearing up tennis. But the only African-American male to have won the big three. The big three meaning the Australian Open, the U.S. Open, and Wimbledon. Okay? So, having won all those titles, that is a feat in itself. Okay? That's impressive. But along with that, he also was one of those people that he didn't want that to be the only thing. He was a political activist. Okay? There was apartheid in South Africa that he spoke out against. He pushed to create inner city tennis programs for youth. He helped found the Association of Men's Tennis Professionals. Okay? And then also, on top of that, he was an author writing about and creating and becoming known also for having written a big book about, it's called African American Athletes, A Hard Road to Glory. There were 3 volumes published. Okay? As well as serving as the national campaign chairman for the American Heart Association. So there is a lot of things that he was involved in. But at the same time, also he became known, unfortunately, for the thing that also took his life in 1993. Because it said that in 1980, after he retired from tennis, he was plagued with having different kind of health issues. And one of those health issues happened to be heart issues. And so after undergoing a heart surgery, during the heart surgery, they found out that that's when he contracted the AIDS virus through a blood transfusion that he received. And so it says that he became an outspoken advocate for more research funding and created the Arthur Ashe Foundation for the defeat of AIDS. And then after he passed away in 1993, then the U.S. Open happened to name the tennis court, the Arthur Ashe Stadium, where it's played every single year in Flushing Meadows, New York. The court is named after him because of how much of an impact that he made both on American tennis as well as African American athletes in general. So, with that being said, that is also, now I go into the quote that he is known for with using self-confidence. It says, with Arthur Ashe, one important key to success is self-confidence. Also, there's the theme that they wanted us to cover, and it was actually a quote by Arthur Ashe. One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. And that's from Arthur Ashe. I'm going to repeat that again for you. One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation. So, in order to be successful, they say to be self-confident, to understand, to feel good about yourself. But an important key to be feeling good about yourself is to be prepared. Preparation. You can't just jump into a test and think you're going to ace it. You're going to have to be ready for it. You're going to have to prepare for it, that kind of thing. So, wise words, Arthur Ashe, wise words. All right. So, the code word for this week is whistle. As in, Mr. Zarnecki can't whistle. Can't whistle. Anyway, the code word is whistle, so you might want to fill that out. So the code form, you have your first name, your last name. Make sure that you check that you're in phys ed or physical education or PE, and that the picture of a whistle, click it, highlight it, then submit it. So it goes on through, and bada boom, bada bing, then you're all set. So you have the opportunity now to work on those many skills that we have worked on with tumbling gymnastics, okay? You can work on body positioning, the flexibility. As you saw, Mr. Zarnecki is going to have to work on some flexibility there. The forward rolls, the backward rolls, and then we'll get into the other ones. If you're thinking, we didn't do the tripod or headstand or those other things, we're going to get into that for next week, see? So we're gradually getting there. So things for you to work on. If you need anything else, you can always go back on recorded lessons to see previous lessons to work on. And then with that being said, hopefully you're out there, you're staying active. Make sure you have enough safety support, that you're being healthy, putting proper food, nutrients in the body, that you are drinking plenty of water, you get plenty of sleep, and that you are also being safe. So you're masking up, and then if you're going outside, you're bundling up. I mean, today we were working out. You can see I'm short sleeve because, I'm sweating. But at the same time, if you're going outside, you're bundling up. So mask up, bundle up. All right. And then you fill out the code form with whistle. Yeah, still can't do it. Anyway, thanks for coming. Make sure you're out there doing your thing, grind. I've realized that we may not have the midwinter breaks, right? Which makes it a little bit harder, a little bit longer to get to. But by working that much harder, you can feel that much better about yourself, that we're getting there. And that this is going to be, we'll be getting, if you have any ideas, swing by my Friday at 12:15 about any other topics, any kind of units you want to get to. Okay? And then, appreciate y'all for coming. Hopefully you're out there staying active and healthy. And I will talk to you next time. So until then, I'm Mr. Zarnecki saying peace out. Later.